So let's start with you, Tatyana. Talk a little bit about, your upbringing, where you come from, your past, and how you got to Toronto to start in music.
Well, hello everyone. I'm Tatyana D'voce, and basically to answer your question, I am from everywhere. Like, I was born here in Toronto, but I have lived in Windsor. I've lived in so many different cities, in Chatsworth and God knows where, but I find Toronto my home. I basically started singing here at one of the Toronto Latin markets. So basically representing Toronto to me is really, really important. I was raised in a really big family. Like, I come from a family of 6 people, and my family is super supportive of what I do. Like, they are all musically inclined. My brother raps, my sister plays guitar, my little brother, he's producing now, and he's literally like 10 years old. So I've had a pretty awesome musical upbringing.
What about you, Thiago? Talk a little bit about where you come from and what brought you to Toronto.
Hello, everyone. Thiago here. Well, basically, I was born in Brazil, and then I was adopted into an Italian family. So I understand Portuguese. I speak it. I sing it, and I speak Italian fluently. And I was adopted when I was about a month old, something like that. And I started singing when I was about 15. When I was 15, I was in a competition, won the competition, and then we released my first track, and it was called Next to You. And then that track was released on over, I think it was 40 different CD dance compilations. And from then on, I just continued recording and performing.
That's awesome. I actually didn't know that you had done something prior to what I have here, actually. Talk a little bit about your musical influences, because obviously, Thiago, this song, that we're featuring here on Northern Touch, you're singing in Spanish. So where did you get this influence from?
Well, growing up, I used to listen to Selena, the late Selena. She is one of my biggest inspirations, and I just learned. That's pretty much how I learned how to sing in Spanish, is by listening to her music, and I feel as if she inspired a lot of people in the Latin industry to do what they do today. So she was my number one inspiration.
I agree. I actually think a lot of people, Latin people specifically, would use Selena as an influence for sure. Tatyana, talk a little bit about Jumpstart and your influences on that track, because you're not speaking Spanish in that one, you're singing in English.
Well, Jumpstart, to give you a little bit of a background story, basically, this song is to motivate youth. It's to motivate every different person that there is out there that feels different, for people to really get up and jumpstart their life. So that's kind of how that title came about. And the backstory to that is that there was a little girl named Demi, and she had leukemia. Right now, she's still going through the process and everything, and she really connects with me because when I was small, when I was about 3 years old, my parents told me that they had to take me to the hospital because I had a blood disease as well. So that kind of connects my story with her and why I wrote Jumpstart with my uncle. Jumpstart is a really poppy song. It's a mix between Shakira and Nicki Minaj, and because I absolutely love those women, it's a little bit of a rap, a little bit of singing, and everything is in English because I'm really comfortable in English, and of course I grew up here, so I had to have a little bit of Spanish words in there too to keep my culture, but it's a really fun song.
I got my hair done, nails done, everything done, ready for the show. Run, here we go, stunt jump, high heels, mini skirt, ready, set, run, fast car, rum, I don't like chumps, wanna have it, I got it, saw it, want it, just bought it, checking out that boy there, let's lock it, he's so hypnotic. You wanna jump, but you too scared of falling down. You wanna jump, so take a risk and go all out. You wanna jump, so stop the talk and do it now. You wanna jump, you wanna believe.
What about you, Thiago? "Till the Day I Die" is a single that you put out. Talk a little bit about the influence on that track and, what's next in your career.
Well, for anybody that knows me, they know how much of a passion I have for Latin music. But the only problem was that I couldn't write Spanish lyrics. So I came together with Hollywood, and together we put together a Spanglish track. And so we wrote Till the Day I Die. So I kept my Latin influences in the background of the music, but the song is in English. So it's a pretty fun song. And on the song I featured a rapper. His name is Excel, who also is from Toronto. So shout out to him. And it's a pretty it's a song that gets you going. It gets, like any other Spanish song, it gets you going, it gets you out there, it gets you dancing, and it really lifts your spirits when you're down. So I love this track. It's one of my favorites.
A little crazy, maybe a little loco. People don't faze me when I am around you. Stop. Take in your smile. Can't you see that I want you as bad as you need me? Touch you, feel you, say you'll never leave me. Oh, dance with me tonight.
She gon' whisper in my ear, say I'm yours tonight. She gon' came with the girls, but she's here tonight. She the party of the night, the highlight of the night. She make me wanna stop here, pause and rewind. Couldn't help but watch you on alone. Yeah, I know you got your own thing going on. Where you working it, I can tell you bad. Don't know if you got a man, but I wanna let you know that I never wanna see you cry. I would never leave you.
Tatyana, talk a little bit about where you're performing, some of the festivals and shows that you've done around the city, and where people can actually find you.
Well, first of all, I have a lot of performances that I do, especially during the summer. My management just gets me booked like as much as places as possible. But I think like last year into 2015, like I performed a lot. I was at Salsa St. Clair. I was headlining my very first show actually in Windsor. It was called the Latin Fiesta, so Latin party basically. And it was lots of fun. It was interesting because I actually did a lot of music when I was like 9 years old back in Windsor. So to come back after so many years and see all the people that like I was friends with and that they were my neighbors and stuff, like they were there cheering me on. So that was amazing. Latin Fiesta, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be going back again this year. Also, I performed for Youth Day a couple of years ago, and that was incredible because that's one of the biggest like youth concerts here in Toronto. So that's excellent. And I'll be going back again in a couple of years. And well, we've got a lot of shows planned for this year. I've got lots of shows down in Niagara Falls, Guelph, and a bunch of other places that you got to keep in touch with.
Wow, busy girl. Let me tell you, she's got a huge voice and a huge personality, and she's tiny. What about you, Thiago? Where have you played in some of the festivals, parties, that kind of thing?
Well, I just came back from Punta Cana, the Dominican Republic. I was there promoting the new single, El Momento, and then promoting my other songs as well. I was actually performing there, so it was awesome. So I did a little tour there, and now I'm back in Toronto. We're going to be booking some more shows, hopefully a club tour for El Momento. And lots of festivals this summer around Toronto and the GTA, and hopefully in more shows in the South. So we'll see. You just have to keep updated.
All right, guys, tell everyone where they can find your music, and where they can find your social media. And if they love what they heard today, where can they find you?
Well, for me, Tatyana D'voce, everything is basically the same. It's spelled Tatyana D'voce, D'voce. And I'm on Snapchat, I'm on Instagram, on Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud, you name it, I'm on it. And my music, for sure, you can find it also on my website, which is www.tatyanadivose.com. And it's just recently been upgraded, so you have to check it out. You guys can see behind the scenes and pictures and so much awesomeness going on there.
What about you, Thiago?
For me, everybody can find me on Instagram at Thiago Music Online. Pretty much all my handles are the same. So Instagram, Thiago Music Online, Twitter, Thiago Music Online, YouTube, Thiago Music Online, and my website, thiagofanclub.com. And they can also find me on Facebook. There's a group on there where I update it constantly. I have Snapchat, so people can add me on there. So you can find me pretty much everywhere. Just type in Thiago.
Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Tatyana D'voce. You're listening to Northern Touch on Vibe 105, your main source. Yes!
Hey, what's going on? This is Thiago, and you're listening to Vibe 105, your main source.
Thanks, guys.
No problem. It was a pleasure. Thanks for having us.
Yes, thanks for having us. Loved it.
Latinos, repórtense que ya llegó el capitán Thiago with the one and only
Tatyana D'voce.
disfrutarte. Mueve tu cuerpo que tú vas a gozar. Te juro que no quiero enamorarme, solo vine para que tú me bailes. Enciende la disco con tu ritmo. Dancing duro y las copas en el aire. Mami, acércate solo un poquito, despacito.
Dímelo, Thiago.
Déjate llevar por la luna llena, oh llena. La verdad de la vida es que se vive el momento, el momento. Si tú vienes conmigo, te prometo esta noche. Dile a tu pana que es hora de bailar, pero cuidadito con enamorarte. Esta noche solo para disfrutarte. Mueve tu cuerpo que tú vas a gozar. Te juro que no quiero enamorarme, solo vine para que tú me bailes. Enciende la disco con tu ritmo. Dancing duro y las copas en el aire. Paso a paso entre brazos, dices que soy un mundo entero. Poco a poco te acercas a realizar que esta noche solo es fiesta. La verdad de la vida es que se vive el momento, el momento. Si tú vienes conmigo, te prometo esta noche.